Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to Read and Speak English. I'm happy you're here with me today. Let's enjoy another simple story together. This morning felt a little different. The air was cool, and the sunlight came softly through the curtain. I opened my eyes slowly and stayed in bed for a moment, listening to the quiet sounds of the house. Somewhere outside, a bird was singing. It was a calm, gentle sound, the kind that makes you want to take a slow, deep breath. I got up, stretched my arms, and walked to the kitchen. Everything looked simple and familiar. The table, the small window, the cups on the shelf. But this morning, I wanted to do something new. For the first time, I decided to make coffee. On the counter was a small glass jar of coffee powder. It had been sitting there for weeks, unopened. I took it in my hands, opened the lid, and smelled it. The scent was rich and deep, a little bitter, but nice. It made me think of quiet mornings and warm cafes. I filled the kettle with water and turned it on. While waiting, I looked around the kitchen. The sunlight touched the table, making small golden lines on the surface. A small plant by the window moved gently in the morning breeze. Everything felt still and peaceful. The kettle began to hum. Tiny bubbles formed inside, then burst softly. When the water boiled, I turned it off and poured it slowly into the cup. The hot water touched the coffee powder, and steam rose into the air. The smell became stronger, filling the room. I closed my eyes and took a deep breath. It was my first time making coffee, so I didn't really know what to expect. I took a small sip. The taste was bitter, sharp, and warm. It surprised me a little. Not bad, just strong. I added a spoon of sugar, then a bit of milk. The dark brown turned to a soft caramel color. I stirred it gently and tried again. This time it was smoother, a little sweet, a little creamy, perfect for me. I smiled to myself. This was my first cup of coffee. It wasn't made by a machine or bought from a cafe. It was made by me. Simple, quiet, and real. I carried the cup to the small table by the window. Outside, the street was just waking up. A few motorbikes passed by, their sounds fading into the distance. An old woman was sweeping in front of her house. A man opened his shop, arranging fresh bread in neat rows. Two students walked by, laughing softly as they talked. I watched them through the window, holding my cup with both hands. It felt warm and alive. Each sip felt slower, calmer, like time itself was stretching gently. I didn't look at my phone or turn on the TV. I just sat there listening to the world. Soft footsteps, distant voices, the whisper of the wind. The coffee was half gone now. The taste stayed in my mouth, bitter and sweet at the same time. It reminded me that simple things can be enough. You don't need much to feel happy. Sometimes, just one quiet morning is enough. I looked at the empty cup for a moment. It wasn't just coffee. It was a small memory, my first step into something new. I thought about how many people start their day like this. A cup of coffee, a deep breath, and a thought to carry through the day. I washed the cup carefully, feeling grateful for this small moment. Then I opened the kitchen window. The air outside was fresher now, filled with the scent of morning and the sound of life beginning again. A bird flew past, landing on a nearby tree. I watched it hop from branch to branch, singing a short, happy tune. It made me smile again. Before leaving the kitchen, I looked at the small coffee jar on the counter. Half full now, waiting for tomorrow. I gently closed the lid and said softly, "See you again in the morning." Then I walked back to my room. The sun was brighter now, painting warm colors on the walls. I sat on my bed for a moment, still feeling the warmth of the cup in my hands, even though it was gone. There was something peaceful about it, something new but familiar. It wasn't about the coffee anymore. It was about how mornings can begin, quietly, with something simple that makes you smile. I looked out the window one more time. The world was moving. Cars, people, voices. But inside, everything felt still. I realized that happiness isn't always loud or big. Sometimes, it's just the sound of boiling water, the smell of coffee, and the feeling that today might be a good day. So I took a deep breath, stood up, and whispered to myself, I think I'll make another cup tomorrow. Thank you for joining me on this quiet moment. I hope this story brought a little peace to your day. If you enjoyed it, please like this video and subscribe for more stories. I'll see you in the next episode.